Lando Norris giving it absolutely everything in his McLaren on course to beat Alex Albon, but he's had to back right off because the Haas in the final corner there was right in his way.
This guy just blocked me in the final corner.
Let's focus on Danny Kvyat now through the final couple of corners. Sparks flying out from underneath. He'll see the checkered flag. Can he get himself out of the bottom five? Yes, he can. He goes 9th fastest and into the 129s for Danny Kvyat. Lando Norris, who seemingly hampered by Romain Grosjean on his first flying lap, crosses the line and goes 4th fastest. Very good lap once again from the young 19-year-old. Kimi Räikkönen is behind his teammate Antonio Giovinazzi. Giovinazzi goes out of the bottom five, pushes Hülkenberg into it. Räikkönen crosses the line, stays in 11th place. He's a bit on the cusp there, is Kimi Räikkönen, as Alex Albon goes 6th fastest, pushes Räikkönen down to 12th. George Russell next across the line goes ahead of his teammate Robert Kubica, who's still out on the track. Lance Stroll next across the line. He's out of the bottom five, but only just 15th fastest as Hülkenberg then pushes him into the bottom five. It's 6 Q1 eliminations in a row for Stroll. Ricciardo is now on the cusp. Gasly's down there for Red Bull as well. Perez is trying to scrap away, as we can see now, riding on board with the Racing Point, gets out of Q1, but only just. The two Renaults really struggling, along with Pierre Gasly, who goes 13th fastest only, and Giovinazzi's pushed down, and if Ricciardo goes 11th, Kimi Räikkönen still very much on the cusp, but I think he's going to get away with it just because Nico Hülkenberg stays down in the bottom five.
That really is a shock.
Sergio Perez coming 3rd, of course, in 2014, but he's not going to reach Q3 today, only 13th fastest. Albon now goes ahead of him, so it's 14th fastest for Perez, 12th for Albon. Lando Norris, 8th fastest and into Q3. Behind him, Sebastian Vettel does go 2nd fastest, 2/10 between himself and Lewis Hamilton. That's a much better run for Sebastian Vettel. Kimi Räikkönen 10th at the moment. Pierre Gasly 13th, can't make it into Q3 once again. Can Daniel Ricciardo do it? No, he stays 11th. Carlos Sainz goes up into 6th, pushes his teammate Lando Norris down to 9th, but it won't matter because Lando Norris is going to reach Q3, as is Carlos Sainz. Danny Kvyat, who wasn't out there at the end. Sergio Perez, really disappointing qualifying for Racing Point. Alex Albon and Daniel Ricciardo, along with Pierre Gasly from Q2.
I can't put the throttle down, I don't know why. Get snubs everywhere.
Valtteri Bottas has gone quickest overall through the middle sector. Charles Leclerc is flying through the first part of the lap. Bottas crosses the line, it's a 1:28.3, 4/10 up on Kevin Magnussen. And he's on provisional pole as Valtteri Bottas. Can Lewis Hamilton beat it? He can, yes, by just over 1/10 of a second.
So the Ferraris need to get into the 1:27 then.
And at the moment, Charles Leclerc looking quite good for that. The absolute lap record here. Sebastian Vettel got it last year, a 1:27.9 when he set pole for the 3rd time here in Bahrain.
Not taking too many risks on the way in. He certainly didn't sail that fast into the apex of the final turn.
But is Charles Leclerc on provisional pole? He is, with a 1:27.958. And just as I'm talking about absolute lap records, he goes and matches right down to the last millisecond Sebastian Vettel's lap record time of last year.
Ferraris have been 2/10 quicker than the Mercedes in the first and second sectors so far, about the same in the final sector.
So Sebastian Vettel can make or break Charles Leclerc's moments at this moment. Where is he on the grid, Sebastian Vettel? He is only on the front row. Charles Leclerc, unless Mercedes can conjure up some magic, is going to take his first ever pole position in Formula One here in Bahrain this evening. Bottas did it in 2017. Bottas crosses the line and he is only 4th fastest. It's second row for Mercedes, as it has been for much of this weekend so far. But where can Lewis Hamilton now put his car? And he's down too. Charles Leclerc is going to be on pole for the first time ever.
Hamilton didn't do a personal best in any of the 3 sectors on that lap.
The young man at 21 years and 166 days becomes the 2nd youngest pole sitter ever, and he goes even faster than he did before. It's a new track record. It's a big round of applause, and it's welcome to the pole position club for Charles Leclerc.
Yes,
Come on, grandissimi. Tomorrow is the race and it's where we score points, but it's a good beginning. Car was amazing. I'll push to try and finish the job tomorrow.
But this is a moment I'm sure he will never, ever forget. Ferrari continue their dominance. Mercedes got close, but not close enough. Lewis Hamilton, well, third on the grid here for the first time since 2008. Finished outside the top 10 in that particular race as well.